Now the file is recording, so this is all official.
Welcome to the Boxcar Buddies, Don and Greg here. Give you our shitty opinions from things that we stole. We live in boxcars, we live in trash. We have lots of rashes all over our bodies, 'cause we're homeless. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the show. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's get on with the show.
Yeah.
What's up, guy?
That was
What's
really
up,
great.
buddy?
That was a really great
What's
opening.
Up, pal?
That was so much fun. I'm really glad we tried that. It was so weird. I hit record and then it just started happening. It was so organic.
It just happened.
Organic and orgasmic.
Okay. I do love organic food.
Well, hello again, friends. This is our second episode of Boxcar Buddies. This is Don speaking, and my buddy over here.
This is Gregory.
Hello, Greg. Glad to see you again.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see that the boxcar that you have picked today is quite, not spacious. What's the opposite of spacious?
Enclosed, cramped. Yeah, there we go.
Cramped.
Yeah, it is very cramped. This one I jacked from an airport hangar. It is it's entirely aluminum, and it basically was clipped onto the bottom of World War I planes, and that's how they transported supplies to the pygmy population.
Well, I'm not complaining because it's got a nice barrel.
Yeah, that's going to be for the fire later, so we can cook some stuff, and we can also we can double it up and use it as a toilet bucket too if we need to.
Yeah, we can invite some friends over. Have a soup kitchen.
Indeed. You and your soup kitchens. You are so behind those.
I want to get some chicken noodle up in this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'd like some French
lobster
onion.
bisque.
I think some bisque is always nice. But anyway, so yeah, we got our boxcar. We got some snacks here. I see you've got some. Looks like some rat legs over there.
I stole some acorns from a family of squirrels.
Oh, a little urban foraging. I see you're back into.
And I got to say, because they're all getting ready for hibernation. It's fall weather time. It's starting to get cold. I can feel it on my nipples.
Yes, it is. It's cooling off out there.
I lost my shirt last week in Lake Michigan.
Oh man, you were in the lake again?
Yeah,
buddy. What are you doing in there?
Well, I look down and I see this guy wearing the same thing that I'm wearing, and I'm like, hey, give me that, so I can have a spare.
Sure.
And we tussled for a bit in the water, and I came out, and it was gone. He stole it from me.
So this is exactly the parable of the greedy dog.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So did you learn your lesson?
No, because I'm gonna fucking fight him again.
And you're still without a shirt.
I'm waiting for him. I'm gonna head back to the lake after this, and I'm gonna find him,
buddy.
I'm gonna kick him right in the testicles.
It's getting so cold though. That lake is. You're probably gonna. Do
it is
a
tidbit nipply. So
it is. All right. Well, that's something. But anyway, so I see you've got some food. I did manage to commandeer some trail mix, or what I call trail mix. It was kind of like grass clippings and some nuts
wood chips and
yes,
toenail clippings.
A little bit of charcoal.
That's good.
Some of that, whatever I can kind of come across.
It's got flavor.
Yeah,
it'll have a nice smoky aroma.
It takes up space in the old tum tum, which is really what matters.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, your turds come out like those black charcoal sticks that you get at like art school.
Yeah, they do. And man, that is not endearing. Nobody.
Well, that just means that you can press paper up against some guy's face and then smear your turd, and bam, you have a charcoal painting.
True, and that's actually how I've been drawing my maps to remember how to get around the city.
Smart man.
Yeah,
see,
so
you're 10 steps ahead of the game, baby.
True, but every time I go to the free clinic, the doctors won't. They're not going to come anywhere near me. If they look at me and they're like, "Hey, is this about the charcoal poop sticks again?" And I say,
maybe.
Yeah, and then they just show me the door.
I'm banned from the free clinic. I didn't pay my bill.
You are? Oh, Greg. You didn't pay your bill.
I didn't pay my bill at the free clinic. Yeah.
Ugh. Well,
sorry.
No, they're not going to let you back.
Yeah, so I've been kind of like taking care of myself. I think I have some gangrene on my thigh.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, I went to the lake earlier, and then I saw this guy in the lake.
Oh, so you cut that before you went into the lake.
He had a knife, and I was like, I have a knife too. You want to fight?
Oh, boy.
I jumped in right after him. I gashed him good. He had a real good cut on his leg, too.
Well, now your shirt's all bloody, though.
Oh, well, my shirt's gone anyways, so...
So he wasn't wearing it. He just took it, and he was wearing a shirt that was similar to it.
That's true.
So now he made off with two shirts. He has a spare.
He has a spare shirt but I have a spare knife now.
Is this Tiny Jim, who's always kind of coming in our overpasses looking for our discarded whatevers? Because he always seems to be kind of on your case. I feel like he's always there waiting to grab the stuff that we want. Or
well, that's why I've been hoarding things up my butthole just to make sure that he doesn't come lurking around any corners.
Okay, and that's why you're sitting so uncomfortably. It looks like you're kind of
well, that and the gangrene that's growing on my leg. I mean, it's a catch-42 here.
You know what? After we review some of this content, I'm going to go ahead and walk you to the free clinic. Maybe they'll help you out if I'm there with you. We can barter something. I promise we can find something.
I think if I wear sunglasses, I think it might be okay.
Yeah,
I'll just come up with a new name.
I got a hat over here. You can borrow this guy if you want to. This little crocodile
it's a nice
Dundee
cowboy hat. Where'd you get this?
I found it in the alley behind the diner.
Which diner?
Just the diner, the corner
the
diner.
diner.
Yeah,
you know what? That's a good diner.
The one in Logan Square.
They have really, really good leftover bread.
Yes, they do. They're very generous about throwing it away before it's inedible.
And it's usually not covered in piss.
Yeah,
which is a major plus.
We always appreciate it, certainly.
From the French restaurant that's downtown.
I know everything that they throw out is covered in piss.
It's just covered in piss.
I don't know what they do in that kitchen.
See, I think after they throw everything into the garbage can, they just take a nice big piss so that we can't take it.
Le pis.
Le pis.
So, my man Greg, before we make our way to the free clinic and before we, try and locate some more of that food, get some of that gangrene taken care of, what content did you get yourself available this week?
Well, I came across a bunch of elementary school kids, and I stole this kid's 3DS.
Oh.
And I figured, hey, I've never had a 3DS before.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is in my hands now. And he had this game in it. It's called Etrian Odyssey 4.
Okay.
So this is a dungeon-crawling JRPG series. Nice. I assume, because, it's the 4th. Where, essentially, you build your own little guild and 5-man party, and you go into dungeons and explore. So combat is like any other JRPG, turn-based. Everyone takes their turns. Whoever's the fastest goes first, and so on and so forth. The big draw to it is exploring the dungeons, because that's pretty much the entire game.
Sure.
The story is almost non-existent, and because you make the characters, there's no characters in the story. So what you do on the top screen of the 3DS is you have a first-person view of this dungeon, and you can look around and explore. And on the bottom screen, what you're supposed to do is draw your map. So you have this big giant grid with it's 3x3 squares, and it goes up to like letter E and goes up to like 10 or something like that. So you fill in your map so you can find shortcuts, treasure, and all these other fun little things, and avoid big scary monsters called foes.
Foes.
F-O-Es.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you fill in the map by walking around and exploring areas?
Yeah, so every time you take a step, a little bit of the map will, the actual groundwork that you've walked on will fill in with green paint. What you should be doing is drawing lines on how these areas intersect. Also to leave markers on where enemy monsters are. Because, there's still random encounters like any other JRPG, but you're going to find monsters that are way bigger, that are essentially just as powerful, if not more powerful than bosses.
Nice.
And you don't want to run into them when you first step foot into a dungeon for the first time.
No, you probably get wiped out.
Oh, you're going to get crushed. This game is Atlas difficulty, if you've never heard of that.
I have not.
So, you know how there's Nintendo hard? That's how people describe old NES games?
Yes.
Atlas difficulty is the same exact thing, but it goes to every single game that Atlas has ever developed.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
The Shin Megami Tensei series, Persona.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
Oh, yeah, it is. It means true goddess awakening in Japanese.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you're so knowledgeable.
It's about summoning demons, and it's great.
Nice.
And if you ever steal a 3DS, you should play some Shin Megami Tensei.
Well, so what happened to the 3DS? I don't see it here now. Did you...
I kept it hidden in a little box under the freeway.
Oh, okay, that's
just
smart.
because I know that motherfucker is somewhere around here.
Yeah, Tiny Jim.
Tiny Jim is going to be...
He
gets his hands into everything that I have, so that's why I bury it.
Yeah. No, that's a good move. I think that's a good move.
And I mean, I drew a map, too, so I can find it.
Oh, that's what that is.
So thankfully, because of this game, I've actually been able to work my map drawing skills.
Yeah, good. No, that's awesome. Now we'll be able to figure out how to get back to those good food places that we keep trying to get back to, but we can never remember because was that change? Did you drop some change just now? You better not have change.
No,
in your
it's
pockets.
not change. It's bottle cap.
Greg, the last time you fucking did this, man, you had this change.
What?
And
no way.
We went away.
I don't.
Left the
how can I have
and
money?
You had a nice
how can I have
meal,
money?
And I saw you through the window.
I owe money to the free clinic.
Yeah, you
I don't
do.
have money.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Trust me.
Well, you should definitely hang on to the bottle cap though, because we could probably use that to barter at the free clinic.
I'm going to cut Tiny Jim with it, and then I'm going to find that fucker in the lake, and I'm going to strangle him with it.
My God.
I'll find that lake man.
Yeah, you have to. So it wasn't Tiny Jim. This was a different guy.
No, this is just a completely different dude.
Okay.
He's about 5'8", 110 pounds.
Okay.
He has very thick
emaciated.
legs.
Oh.
He's very hungry looking.
Uh-huh.
He looks like he doesn't carry a lot of money with him, but he has a knife.
Huh.
And you have to be careful with that lake man.
Long hair, short hair?
He's got like medium length hair. Looks like he needs a haircut.
Okay.
He's got a beard.
All right.
Thick eyebrows. Round face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like a Muppet right now.
You know, he kind of does.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a
like
Muppet
Rolf.
thing.
You know that dog that played the piano?
Yes, Rolf.
Yeah, Rolf. It's him.
Okay.
It's essentially who it is, the lake man. That's what I'm going to call him now.
Rolf the lake man.
Rolf the lake man.
I'm fine with that.
But
All
yeah,
that sounds fun.
Etrian Odyssey is really, really fun. Being able to build up your own party, like picking your classes, each one of them is specialized in something that no other party class can do.
Okay.
So, like, your basic fighter class has really, really high physical damage, and he's got decent defense, but his skills are more about making them the first to move in the party, so they do way more damage. But in return, that lowers their defense even more. There's line guards. I can't remember the exact thing that they're called, but essentially their specialty is they take all the hits for everyone in a line.
Oh, okay.
Because with the 5-man party structure, you're supposed to put up to 3 people in the front of the line or in the back of the line. So my usual setup is 3 people in the front, 2 people in the back.
That's my usual setup, too.
Yeah.
For a soup kitchen.
Yeah, for a soup kitchen, of course. But the line guard is able to take in all damage for whichever line you choose for a turn. So you can take all the damage for the front line.
Right.
Which is good if you're like, hey, we're the wall protecting, the healer and the magic man in the back. Whereas everyone in the front line can take the hit usually.
Right, a bit like Lost Odyssey, I believe, was a game that was kind of like that. You would differentiate your party into 2 lines, and the front line would take the more. You'd want to equip the higher HP.
It's basic
guys
like
up
Final
front.
Fantasy logic. Where it's frontline people take more damage, but their attacks do more. People in the back, they're better suited for mages and people who can attack long range, like guys who have bows and arrows.
Cool.
But it's really fucking hard. It's really hard. You gotta you gotta have strategies going in.
Okay.
Because you need to know how to bind enemy limbs, because that's a very important thing to do. You want to bind their arms, because if you bind their arms, they can't physically hit you.
Oh, okay. So then they're just kind of standing there like
neutered.
So
they can't do anything. If you bind their legs, they are the last attack in the line. They also can't use magic, I believe. No, that's head. If you bind the head, they can't use magic.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you got to really think about what you're fighting against and what you want to bind. So like the first dungeon boss is this big giant fucking bear.
Nice.
And its attacks can decimate your entire party in one hit.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is bind his arms so he can't hit you.
Tie that bear up.
Mm-hmm. Tie that bear. You tie him down.
He's barely there.
I'll fucking kill him.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It is.
Yeah?
I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
How far did you get into it about?
I'm only at the second major dungeon right now, but there's a ton of mini dungeons in the areas to go to. There's so much to explore because everywhere is basically a mini dungeon outside of your hub town. Because like you have this big open world where you get like a hot air balloon that you fly around in, and that is also a dungeon where there are enemy FOEs jumping around, and they are way more powerful than anything in the dungeons. So as you keep going stronger, you go back to these areas to traverse areas that you couldn't do before, find more treasure, find more equipment.
Cool.
It's a dungeon crawler.
Clean it up. Yeah, exactly.
It's really fun. It's really, really fun. It's something where I can play, but I can also, peruse television at the local Best Buy from the window.
Yes. Yeah. You're not limited, to a console thing. You can play on the go, which is great, especially because
especially for us. I mean,
we're always getting shooed away from wherever we are. So
no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that sounds awesome. I look forward to hearing how that ends up, I suppose. Let me see. I was sleeping on a bench in this park the other day, and when I woke up, there was like an iPod. Like an iPod Shuffle, it was an old one, and then with some of those white earbud headphones kind of just stuck in there.
The dongles?
Yeah, the dongles, and they didn't look too crusty or anything, disconcerting.
Wow.
So I picked them up, and I just popped them in my ears, and I pressed play, and the only thing it seemed that was on there was this audio drama, I guess, right?
That's one of those, like, close your eyes and a play goes on in your head.
Theater of the mind, I suppose, right? So I popped them in, and it's like a movie, but just for your ears, So I was also kind of walking around through the park, thinking about where I might be able to score some food, see if I can get some shelter. I know it was supposed to rain later.
Avoiding Tiny Jim.
Yes, avoiding Tiny Jim always. And then, so I'm listening to the audio drama, and there's this book that I read years ago by Neil Gaiman called Neverwhere. And it's about this guy in London who he lives a totally normal life, has an office job, has a fiance, has an apartment. And because...
Living the dream.
I know. Just living the dream, sort of your average, everyday citizen.
Your normies.
Yeah, total normies.
Who didn't choose to take the hobo life.
Yeah, I know, which, to each their own, but
to each their own. But
boy, this is great.
It's just a great show of weakness.
It is. I mean, how do you bend over more? Why don't you? Right, for the fist of mediocrity. How about that? So that's what this Richard Mayhew guy's the main character in Neverwhere. That's his life, and then he sort of interacts with somebody who forces him to fall through the cracks, as they say in London. So he goes from his normal citizen life down into the underworld where nobody from the above recognizes him anymore. He doesn't. When he sees his fiance in a room,
a demon, or do you picture him looking like a demon?
No, he kind of looks. From what I gather, he looks the same. He just
That's racist.
People, they all look the same. I mean, come on, all demons look alike, right?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
So he basically can't see or talk to anybody from his old life, so he's just kind of whining, running around, and his struggle throughout the thing is whether he just wants to get back to his old life, but he keeps getting pulled into this underground plot where this woman who can open doors wherever, and there's an angel and a key, and there's all this stuff, and so Richard has to help them, and there's just a great cast of characters, and this demon, or this, I should say, this villain duo, where it's this classic pairing of the one guy who's really big and really scary, doesn't say much, and then his partner.
And then he has a tiny little dwarf crawling on his shoulder.
Who speaks for him and is very eloquent and very scary, and so it's got all that stuff going for it.
It's like Big Jim, Tiny Jim's older brother.
Yes, it is. It's exactly like them. I never even thought about that, but it's
awful.
I know. I hate running into the two of them together is like torture.
You know what? I wish that the Lake Man would stop picking on me.
Do you think could we do something to get Rolf the Lake Man to turn on Tiny and Big Jim?
Well, do we have something to barter with him?
We're gonna have to. I gotta meet the guy. I gotta figure out what he's about, what he wants.
Well, I mean, I already told you what he looks like.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think he wants a haircut? You think it could,
He might want a haircut. I'm not going to judge him. I want a haircut, but I mean...
Do you?
I mean,
I could try and cut your hair. I'm no pro, but I mean, I cut my own hair, and look at this.
It shows. You know what? I like the patches.
Yeah. No, I thought so too. I mean,
it makes you look like a quilt.
That is exactly what I was going for. I want to be comforting. I want to be reminding people of their grandparents.
Want cats to lay down on your head?
Absolutely.
For warmth?
So that's what I was going for.
Especially since the fall weather is here.
Yes. Quilt is on everybody's minds. So I figured that's the trend, and that's kind of what I'm going for. I might be a little ahead of it, but, whatever.
For sure. But,
yep.
You said Neil Gaiman. Now, isn't that the guy who did The American Gods?
The American Gods, he did. That's also one of my favorite books. Just recently made into that Starz TV series, which I haven't seen, but I'm going to.
I was able to. I snuck into this home in Evanston.
Oh,
and they had it on demand.
Lovely area.
So I was able to sit there for a good 8-9 hours before they even noticed I was in the house. And I was able to get through most of the series.
Nice.
And
large house, I'm guessing.
Oh, it's huge.
On the lake? One of those? Man.
I mean, it was bigger than the railway.
Did you take the red line to get up there?
Oh, no, I walked. I had to. Yeah.
Good thinking, man.
I mean, if I could, I would sleep on the red line, but it's just so expensive.
It's so expensive, and, I mean, they're pretty vigilant.
I mean, what? Do you think I made of change?
Oh, God. That's the bottle cap, right? Tell me that's the bottle cap.
Yes, that's the bottle cap.
Okay. I'll believe you.
Okay. Yep, that's the bottle cap.
One more time.
Going right into the bottle cap bag. Yep, with all the other bottle caps.
Boy.
Woo! Bottle caps and the soda can tabs.
Right, we'll see what happens when we leave this boxcar. See, we're going to go our separate ways, but I'm going to fucking follow you. And if I see you going up to a counter at some restaurant and getting food or coffee, I am just going to snap. I'm going to make a scene.
I would never, Donnie boy, I would never do that to you.
And you can bet your ass if I see that offer for a haircut gets off the table immediately.
But dude, look at this.
Yeah, I know.
I need that quilt.
Yeah, I know you
You know what? That's the ultimate intimidation that Rolf the Lake Man needs.
Yeah.
We show him that quilt.
He's going to want it, right?
He's going fucking down.
Oh, you think we can this is fear. We can use fear to get him to do what we want. We can kind of
Batman it. Yes. Scare him.
Good cop, bad cop. Mm-hmm. I'll be the bad cop. I can do that.
I'll be also bad cop. We'll just do bad cop.
That's more fun.
Because it's intimidating on both ends. There's no way out.
And there's no good cops for us, right?
I also have a knife.
All pigs are bad for us. They're always shooing us away.
Pigs are delicious.
Well, yeah.
They come in like bacon.
The ones that don't try and arrest us are delicious. You can go both, I suppose.
I mean, I haven't seen Officer Tushinsky's around here lately, so... I mean, it's totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you are... You have a different perspective, as usual.
Usual.
That's
yes.
I appreciate that.
Well, that radio mine thingy sounds pretty good. So where can you get that on the iTunes?
Oh, yeah.
On the Androids.
I'm thinking that if you can find an iPod Shuffle like I did, that's probably what you're going to find preloaded onto it. So any iPod Shuffles out there, if you locate it in your house,
I might have to shuffle around and see if you can actually find it.
Probably, but I think that's definitely where you can find it. You can also find it in the iTunes bookstore. You know, when if you got one of those smartphones, one of the newfangled ones, there's that iBooks app on there, and that's.
You can also sneak into the iTunes or the Apple Store on Michigan.
You can do that. Barnes and Noble.
If you can find one that hasn't been, infiltrated by other hobos.
I know, yeah. That one on Jackson in Michigan or Jackson and State rather, is really
it's full of college kids. College kids are scary.
They're scary and
they smell nice, and it's intimidating.
I know, and a lot of them look just athletic, and I don't even want to go near there.
I mean, I'm lucky enough to, find some trash to dig on, but
seriously.
They've got, protein packs.
They've got protein packs.
They eat dust.
Got real food.
I'm done for.
And their metabolism is just
it's through the roof.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Pardon me. The Neverwhere, Neil Gaiman, if you're into movies for your ears, the voice cast was amazing. James McAvoy, Natalie Dormer, David Hayward, Benedict Cumberbatch. There's a lot of vocal talent in there, and they do a great job. It's not just the narrator, telling you the book. It's, the whole cast, everybody acting out all the scenes and chapters, and it's just a good, fun listen, especially when you're kind of walking through the park trying to forget that you've brought your life to a point of being homeless and starving and running from Tiny Jim.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Or whatever, your drudges are.
Whatever your demons are.
Your work, your job, your kids, your mortgage, all those normie things, whatever's got you up at
your
night.
Free clinic bills.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy. Do you get bills?
It's rocking up.
Do you get bills for that? You must. Where would they send them?
Oh, they just kind of like follow me around.
Somebody from the free clinic?
Yeah.
A free clinic
like
elf?
he finds me. He's real good.
He's like a courier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yikes.
And he just kind of like tapes them onto me.
Huh.
I feel like he follows me because like he goes to like most of the boxcars that I sleep in, and then he just tapes the envelopes to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a tail that pops up in your boxcars and tapes bills to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're just telling me about this now.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
I mean, we share boxcars, somewhat regularly.
If somebody pops up, he's not leaving them for you. He's just leaving them for me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what if he sees me and then he decides, hey, I gotta leave something for this guy too, and then he just slaps me with like a... Or what if he sees me talking with you, consorting with you, and the next time I try and go get my gangrene taken care of at the free clinic, they shoo me out the door.
Womp womp. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, I don't know. That's first world problems, totally. I mean, what am I talking about here?
Why is this even a discussion?
I don't know.
Listen, these are my bills.
Yeah, you're right.
Worry about your own bills. And here's the thing. It's great toilet paper.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. You are absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's nice. So
and
somebody
also,
basically
if I'm
delivers you toilet
hungry,
paper.
I can eat the paper.
Yeah?
Before I wipe.
I would hope so. Because if I ever see you eating a shit-covered paper...
I mean, it's happened before. I mean,
well,
you're hungry.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an...
Of course I'm not going to eat my own turds. I'm not an animal.
Oh, you eat other people's turds?
Well, yeah.
Turd-covered pills?
Because I don't know where that's been. I know where I've been.
Yeah, and they're
the mystery. It's like mystery meat.
I suppose so.
Well, it was some kind of meat before, unless it was a vegetarian. You can tell it's a vegetarian because it's usually green and red.
You have a preference?
I like when people eat coffee.
Yeah?
Anything coffee related. It's good.
Can they drink coffee too? Or they have to like eat the grounds?
Yeah, they have to eat the grounds.
Okay.
Or have like chocolates that have bits of coffee in them.
Gotcha.
That's aromatic.
That's the flavor you like?
It is. Because Egyptians used to, drink coffee from cat butts. And
really?
I feel like I'm a connoisseur of that.
Egyptian
Not
cat butts?
But like human butts.
Oh.
For human butt coffee.
Everybody's got their own thing, And it's important. That's important to have your thing.
It's nourishing.
Yeah. All right, well, cool. Well, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
I see poop-covered paper all the time, so if I see any with coffee grounds, I'll definitely see what I'll do is I will collect them.
You should dig into that, because I got to say, I mean, if you're hungry, just have some shit.
It's kind of like...
As my dad used to say, if you're real hungry, just eat some shit.
It's like drinking your own pee, right? Like that's
it's sterile the first 2 times, so...
Oh, the first 2.
Have you just been, like, drinking your own piss in, like, an infinity loop for...
Well, I mean, not infinity, but for a while. For a while. So I'm going to...
it's only good for, like, the first 2 times.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling good
at
all.
Now is not the good time.
No, and when it's coming out, you should see it. It's like viscous. It like dribbles. It's dark colored. It's not. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good as pee or as something that I want to then drink. It's not appealing in any way.
Yeah. You might want to sterilize.
Yeah, I think
you might want to drink some like river water.
I have to go find some. I think at this point, even like
just for like a couple hours, drink some river water. Then pee and you'll be good. And then you get 2 sips out of that. Okay. And then drink some more river water. And then drink your piss 2 more times. And so on and so forth.
Okay, good. I'll do that. You're right.
Just be careful around the river.
I've just really not been feeling good.
Really careful.
This explains it now. Okay.
Be really, really careful.
I will. And all right, so that's that for Neverwhere. Pardon me.
You okay there? You got something in your throat? You've been eating something there, buddy?
No, not well. Actually, I did find some Pepperidge Farm goldfish, just under the car. Fell out of the boxcar as I was wheeling it over here.
Nice.
Out from the undercarriage of it. So there were like 3 or 4 left in there. So I've been slowly nibbling at those. And
just sucking them down, like
yeah,
you put it in your mouth until it flattens, then you just kind of like
it's just dust. It's
just kind of like ringing around your gums and your teeth.
Yep.
Until finally
it dissipates.
The saline in your mouth dissolves.
I don't even swallow them. Yep. I just let it dissolve there right on the tongue.
Like a Tums or any kind
yes.
of Alka-Seltzer.
Except these are probably long out of date, and these goldfish are also darkly colored.
They look very brown.
Yeah, I've got 2 left here.
Sure those are goldfish, or do you think they're, like...
Well, I was hoping they were...
butthole coffee beans.
Why, are you interested? Would you like to...
I would definitely partake here in a...
What do you think?
No, that's a goldfish, all right.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought so, too. I didn't taste any coffee, for sure.
No,
but the dark color,
that's definitely it.
I could understand the thought, though. Yeah.
And
I did...
That is ripe.
Yeah. So...
Yep.
See how it kind of like...
That's about the flavor I would expect from dirty goldfish.
So you see how it already starts to kind of like break down into sawdust.
It's
like
melting down
before it should.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like a Smartie. It's like hard candy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
pungent.
Pepperidge Farm. Sorry
pungent.
about that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Neverwhere is great. Movies for your ears, very fun. I also the other night when I broke into the Adler Planetarium, right? I was just it's
a good way to look at the stars without looking at the stars.
Absolutely. And plus, there was a big hubbub about that solar eclipse or whatever that happened a couple weeks back, right? There was a big party there at the planetarium.
I looked up at the sun for a good 20 minutes, and I didn't see anything special. Everything just went dark.
You stared right at it?
Well, yeah. I was waiting for the eclipse, and boom.
You're not supposed to. You weren't supposed to look at it, man. In 10 years, you're going to be blind from that.
Why? Then what's the point of getting all excited about the solar eclipse if I can't even look at it?
That's why everybody was wearing those goofy glasses that day. You remember
I
that?
saw people wearing Frosted Flakes boxes.
Yeah, I saw those. I saw the cereal boxes too. But don't you notice all those discarded, dark-colored, flimsy glasses pairs all discarded around the streets?
Don,
Tuesday?
if you've lived on the streets as long as I have, you find a lot of things that are similar in the trash.
That's fair. I suppose that's fair. It all starts to look, all starts to blend together.
Especially right now, because everything is still kind of dark.
Yeah, but I think that's because we're in the boxcar. What time is it? It's midday,
last
isn't
I
it?
checked, it's
afternoon.
Yeah, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
God, I'm gonna make it to the evening.
Hey, as long as we hold out. This is the longest that we've been able to sit in a boxcar without being shooed away.
I know. I haven't even heard any knocks. I'm keeping an eye out for that free clinic Bill guy, but yeah,
he probably won't come by until we're asleep.
Okay, well that's good to know. So anyway, I snuck into Adler Planetarium. It was after the solar eclipse party, so I was, what I figured is that there's a big party, tons of people, and then the next couple of days, nobody's going to be there, because nobody wants to clean up after the party. Everyone's trying to avoid it. You forget about it, turn away from it like a shameful thing. So I went in there, and I figured I'd spend the next couple of days. So I did, and in this office, sort of in the, the bowels of the building, if you will, like the catacombs, somebody had a little computer on a desk, little cot in the corner. That's kind of where I posted up for that 1 week that you didn't see me for a while. I was just kind of hanging there.
Okay. I was wondering how we got that up there. I mean, we have all this stolen podcast equipment, but nowhere to put it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I used that guy's computer. It was great. He had a hardwire. He had a modem right in. So the internet, I didn't have to wait for any buffering. It was
That's
I downloaded
impressive.
tons of porn. It was fantastic. I've got this little. The only problem is the only thing I had to load it on was the iPod Shuffle, so I've only been able to listen to it.
It's theater of the mind, dude. Just close your eyes and
it's been great. It's been great, and it's great because when I listen to the same audio, I can listen to it over and over again and picture different
people,
stories happening. Yes, exactly. So that's kind of fun. It's reusable porn.
I would picture Odin and Barney the purple dinosaur. Just
wow, go fantasy with it.
Thrilling.
I didn't even think about something
Theater
like that.
of the mind, dude.
I've been picturing just regular old people.
Just hear Barney screaming about his pussy.
Did Barney ever scream about his pussy?
I mean, in my mind, he did. I mean, it's some of my fantasies.
Those poor kids. All those kids.
I didn't want kids. That's disgusting. Pedophiles are a disgrace.
No, all the other kids.
But the dinosaurs are pretty sexy.
Yeah, they are. They were. I haven't seen any now. But for a long time,
I mean, I used to see Sue at the Science and Industry Museum, and I would oof,
get a little chub, get a little chub walking around in there.
It got me going.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
I just imagined Sue would come in my sleep, and I'd be like, "Oh, hello there," and there she comes in with a nice tight bikini, and she says in a big sultry voice, "I'm like, ooh, I like a sexy lady."
And that got you going.
It got me going for a while, yeah. Then I got bored with it.
Yeah, that's how fantasies are. You gotta move it on through, keep things fresh.
I've been thinking of Rolf lately.
Yeah, in the same sort of light.
In yes and no, like hate fucking. I want to hate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I hate him.
Yeah,
I hate him,
could see
and
that.
I want to cut him.
I could see that.
Yeah,
that'd probably be pretty satisfying. To be honest.
Would be. Oh, it would be great if I could catch him.
Just skull fuck the dude and bust and walk away.
Just beat him down.
Absolutely.
Take my shirt back. Oh, you know it.
Satisfying on all kinds of levels.
Yeah.
So also while I was down there and the porn was downloading and stuff, I fired up Netflix. This guy had a Netflix account. And I watched this. I came across this new, this sort of sitcom-y show on there, the Netflix original Disjointed, right?
Is that the one with the fried green tomatoes lady?
Yes, it is. Kathy Bates.
Catherine Masturbates.
Catherine Masturbates. That's the one.
Yeah.
She plays Ruth, who is the owner and founder of this dispensary in Colorado. Yeah. And her son works there, and there's kind of a cast of characters that help her run the dispensary, security guy. All that good stuff. But what's interesting about it is that it's a Netflix show, but it is a total sitcom. Like Chuck Lorre.
Like it has a laugh track and everything?
Like a laugh track and everything. Yes. It's very strange, very weird. You kind of get used to it, but it's...
I think it's because I've gotten so snobby whenever I actually get a chance to sit down and watch something that if I hear a laugh track, I'm just like, nope.
Skipping it.
Skip.
Moving on through. I understand that. It really threw me off. But, I was like, I don't know how much time I have here. I'm just going to power through whatever comes up on the feed,
You only have so much time and so much porn to watch.
Exactly. So I ended up sitting there and kind of burning through that show. And there was a lot about it that was... It's obviously, it's on the nose with a lot of stoner stuff. It's a weed dispensary. It's catering to a stoner audience. They know everybody watching it is probably smoking. So it's like... they hit it on the head with a lot of their lines and a lot of the writing.
Now, smoking crack?
Cannabis.
Oh, that's the green one.
Marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I haven't done that one in a while. I usually do the white dust.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
well, you're a snow guy?
Yeah. I do like snow. Not too much in the winter because it's really cold.
It is.
But when you get a snow cone, that's the kind of snow I like.
That's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. That's why I usually steal from children. They're really easy.
Oh, yeah.
They always get sweet things. So.
And then what do? They just run away and cry to somebody.
They just cry.
Like,
oh, Mommy and Daddy,
lost.
The big, hairy, scary, smelly man stole my thingy.
Yeah.
I'm already gone.
Toughen up, kid. The thing's already gone. What's your parents
going
to do?
I'll be back next week.
There you go.
Womp womp.
I know where you guys hang out. So, So anyway, I'm in there. I'm watching that. And then, so about the show, you get used to the laugh track. One thing that was funny for me was that it's a total sitcom. It's a Chuck Lorre sitcom. The guy, 2.5 Men, that 70s show, sitcoms for the last 30 years, and that's his production
shows that
house.
Make your mom and dad happy.
Yeah, those ones, But it's rigorously in that format. However, because it's Netflix, they swear gratuitously all over the place. So you got
So Kathy Bates just goes, "Oh, lick my pussy,"
I mean, yes, essentially, yeah. She doesn't quite say it like that, but she'll say "Oh, go fuck yourself," or what
I
the
thought
fuck.
my Kathy Bates impression was great.
Oh, so would you
just fuck my pussy? Here I come. Let's smoke weed.
I need you to. Can you say something else besides the pussy thing, Kathy Bates?
Lick my pussy.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good.
Swallow my grape soda, bitch.
Kathy Bates, what are you even doing here? I'm so glad you could join us. This is.
I love you, Donald. I want to take you back to my bunker and stuff you full of feathers.
Oh wow, Put
you on my wall with my Scott Terriers list.
Oh, Kathy, you are just such a delight. You really did great in this Disjointed show. Let me tell you, it's just very enjoyable.
I just want to stuff my body full of green tomatoes.
Is that what your motivation is? Is that what Ruth's thing was about?
Whole show inebriation.
you're so talented.
Thank you.
I love seeing you in Misery. Misery was one of my favorites.
I have misery every single day of my life.
Really? Why are you so sad?
Because I'm a disgusting old person.
But you're a great actor. You're very well respected.
And that's why I hate myself. I can only do one thing, and it's pretend to be other people. I have no real talents.
Dark. Boy, that's grim.
My life has a laugh track now.
Yeah?
I think about the life track every time I go to sleep. It wakes me up at night, and I drink about three pots of cat butthole coffee. And
you're into the cat butthole coffee, too.
I love it. It's got great aroma and mouthfeel.
Oh, Cathy, you are just too much. Let me tell you.
Bye now. Greg's drowning me.
Oh, shit. Greg, leave her alone. I was going to give you the mic back. She's such a talent.
Hey,
Gone.
take that, you dumb bitch.
Jesus, Greg, you are ruthless, man. She just came in to say hello. I was going to ask her some questions about Disjointed.
Now I have
Kathy
a
Bates
sleeping
is dead.
bag.
Her corpse.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat her like a tauntaun.
You're gonna cut it open like Han Solo on
you think she'll smell like fried green tomatoes? Let's find out.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, before we have to escape the scene of the crime here, I will say what was fun about Disjointed was that it's interesting that they can, to be watching what feels like a TV sitcom like Full House and to have them throw fuck and weed references and all this gratuitous adult stuff in. It's like that's always fun. And one thing that was, I think the thing that kept me interested is that there's one character who is an Iraq war vet, and he's the security guard for the, for the dispensary. And obviously it's a funny show, so they don't get too deep and dark until like a little bit later. And even then they glaze it over with a joke. But what's very unique about the show is that every episode features a short little animation, because what they'll do is they'll go inside, Carl's the vet's name, they'll go inside his head, and he's got like PTSD, so he'll be opening the refrigerator.
And it's only with this character?
It's only with this character. So he'll be like, the one episode 3 or 4 starts with him opening the refrigerator, and he's sitting down
up the refrigerator, and he sees he sees a fellow dead soldier.
He looks and he sees the eggs and bacon embroiled in like a fierce battle scene, like he's back in Iraq. Like the eggs and bacon have AK-47s and they're all like blowing each other up, but it gets really, really into it. Like there's bacon like dragging one of his burnt buddies down the drawer,
that sounds
and these
awesome.
eggs are like they blow each other up and there's yolk just split. I mean, it is very graphic.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic. It is fantastic, and they do one of those every single episode. It's very short. The animation is very trippy and cool, and if you're smoking while you're watching it, I mean, it is completely worth it. I mean, that's what kept me in it, really, was those little
smoking?
Animations. Definitely that. The fact that I was down there and this guy had weed in his desk. That's what kept me going, really, was the fact that there was a weed supply. So that's what I'll also say. If you don't have weed, I really wouldn't try watching Disjointed. It's just not. I wondered that. I wondered if I watched it while not smoking, if I would enjoy it.
Would it be as interesting? Would you laugh at the parts when the TV show laughed?
I don't think I would. As a matter of fact, when I started the show, the first 2 episodes I watched, I was not high. And then in the 3rd episode, I noticed it got marginally better, but then after the episode, I realized the show didn't get better. I'm high now, so I feel like it's better, but it's probably not. So I'm not going to go ahead and try.
I'll have to find out when I get some spray paint cans. And, I'll give it a watch too. I'll have to watch it in like 10-minute intervals, but
because you're huffing the paint cans.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the only way.
Actually, I grabbed the rest of that guy's weed. I still have it in my pocket here. If you wanna.
Is it green?
It's good. It's green.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not more goldfish?
Well, let me open it up here.
There
you go.
It's
green.
It's more goldfish.
No. Really?
Eat one.
Oh, it is.
That's goldfish.
It is goldfish.
Well, shit. Well, I'll find some spray paint cans around. I mean, there's local graffiti artists.
No wonder
all over.
I've had this horrendous cough.
You know what, if I trade them Kathy Griffin's heart here, then
Kathy Bates, her corpse. What are we gonna do about this?
I mean, I need a new shirt, so.
You got one right there. It's a V-neck.
Wow,
but not into it.
V-necks are awful.
Not into the style.
I was thinking of just taking her skin. She's got plenty.
She does. She does
I mean,
have
the
plenty of
elderly
skin.
have very stretchy skin.
Look at the
so-
folds. Just look at how her skin is like laying about the shape of her
She
body.
needs a
on the
good
ground
ironing,
there.
but I think she could make a very good zip-up hoodie.
How are you gonna fashion a zipper
I'll find a way.
with her skin?
I'll use her fingernails and some thread.
Greg, man,
The holes may be a little big, but
you are talented, man. I gotta say, I would never.
before I became a hobo, I was a tailor.
Oh, is that what you did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you said. Well, that time you told me, I thought you said your name was Taylor. This whole time, I didn't realize that you had a skill.
Did you think that Greg was a nickname or something?
That's what I thought what I was calling you. I was just saying Greg.
Well,
Greg. That's why I just thought I'd say that.
Huh.
'Cause when I saw you, that's the noise that just sounded in my head over
sorry,
and over again.
I was choking you the first time we met, so
Greg.
yeah, that's the noise you made, and then I was like, "Hey, how'd you know my name?"
Now we're friends.
We're friends now because you said this name that totally
Happened to be yours.
Just happened to be mine.
It's it's one of this.
It's not something that you would normally yell when you're about to be murdered by someone.
I've never
especially
yelled that before.
In a big iron suit,
As many
with glowy eyes.
Yes, as many times as I've been choked and strangled, I have never yelled that before. So I feel like it was fate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. All right. Well, I think it's about time we start this fire up.
Yeah.
Grab some snacks and.
You son of a bitch.
Okay.
That's
listen,
change now.
Listen.
I
No,
see that.
Listen.
That's a nickel.
Maybe.
You better get the fuck out of here right now. I'm going to close this show.
Don. No. Come on, Don. I
Kathy
need a
Bates-
place to sleep. Come
Kathy
on.
Bates' corpse is mine
The
now.
gyms are
You have
around here
forfeited.
somewhere.
Yeah,
You-
I know that. You should have thought
No!
about that before you were dishonest.
You son of a
And you
bitch.
told me that was
How
a
am I gonna
fucking
get my
bottle cap
3DS?
twice. You told me that was a bottle cap twice.
No.
This is unacceptable.
No.
You leave?
Don, please.
You better leave
Come
right
on,
now.
Don. Let's talk about this.
If you don't leave right now,
Is that a ballpoint pen?
yes. If you don't leave right now,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going to carve
Okay.
my name into your neck
Okay.
with this ballpoint pen.
Can I take?
No, leave
What?
Kathy Bates' corpse here.
Come on, she's my kill.
You can have the skin when I've cut the meat from her bones. And I'm going to roast them on that fire, and I'm enjoying it myself. You should have thought about that.
Man, this is uncool, man.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends, man.
Yeah, well,
this is
I
super
thought so, too.
uncool.
I thought
You know
so,
what?
too.
I'm gonna go find Rolf.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
go
do
find
that.
Rolf.
You do go find
Yeah,
Rolf.
I will. You know what? I will. I will cut my own hair too.
Okay,
And
great.
it won't look as shitty as yours.
You take that back.
No.
Greg?
Quilt-headed piece of shit. You take that back! I'll fucking kill you! Take that back! Yeah!
All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk next week. Bye.